This video will introduce the String.forall function in F#, and what this function does is it takes an input string as input to the function and then evaluates a criteria on each character of that string. If the criteria is met for each character of the string, the output will be true, and if any character violates the criteria, then the output will be false. So to see how this works, let's first open system, and we're going to define three scenarios here. The first one, we're going to have an input string called lowercase, like so. We're going to send this to the function that we were talking about, so string.forall. And what we're going to apply is the character.isLower function. So this is a pre-built function, and it checks whether or not a character is lowercase. So we apply that for each character of this input string. To make it more interesting, we're going to define a couple more of these use cases. The second one we're going to do is simply switch out one character, and for the third one, we're going to put in a space. So if we have a look at these ones, the first thing I want to do is just evaluate the first one here. We would expect, because we have all lowercase here, that this turns out to be true because each character is lowercase, so even if we evaluate them one by one, all of them will come out to be true. And we can see that the value we get here is also true. If we evaluate the second option here, you can see that it comes out to be false. And the reason for that is the first character here is uppercase. So it doesn't meet the criteria, and because one of the characters in our string breaks this evaluation or this criteria that we defined, it's going to return false. Lastly, and perhaps most interestingly, is the last case here, which also returns false. And the reason for that is spaces are not considered lowercase by this char is lower. But in either case, the string.forall function then applies this criteria, whichever one we provide, and we can provide a function that we specify ourselves as well. It applies it to each character of the string, and if one of them breaks the criteria, then it returns false, otherwise it returns true.